Oh, hey everybody. I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video because I'm having such trouble with the stream quality. Today it's very poor stream quality. So we're gonna get out here and we're gonna film some stuff. Let's get some items documented. Right now we've been having an extreme amount of rainfall. A lot of rainfall out here. And as a result, you know, a lot of things are flowering and fruiting. Here we have a Pitanga tuba, one of my champion trees. But with all that rainfall, you get a soft spot, or maybe it's these bugs getting in, who knows, but they're getting, oop, seed popped out, better get that later. Too much rain and you're gonna get like a rot in the fruit. See that, these soft spot? It's from being flooded. It has to be. It's from, it's basically like, same as a mango would be. Too much water on the roots, and then it's giving my fruits a soft spot. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I'd rather that, because I get the seeds and everything like that. I'd rather that than no fruit at all, you know. So I can deal with the soft spot. Now these Garcinias, on the other hand, don't mind all the wet. They really thrive with the wet feet. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful new growth on this Garcinia brasiliensis. This tree's got to be 15 years old at least, and there's fruit on it. See, I don't like to let them get this ripe, but let's taste it anyway. See what it does. Can you eat the skin? That's really good. That's a good one. Little, but good. And you see it's still flowering. There's not a ton of fruit on it. I picked a ton of fruit off of it, but it still is fruiting. You can see the trunk on it. And then a lot of fallen fruit. Not a ton, but some. Another Pitanga tuba here, out here in the open. Let's see, this one doesn't have the soft spot on the fruit, so I'm assuming it's got better drainage. Let's taste one here. Just a Pitanga tuba. It's delicious. It's good. Nice pineapple flavor. I'll go out here and take a look at some other Pitanga tubas here. See if the fruit is splitting or rotting. Looks good. A lot of flowers on this. Maybe hard to see, but try to show you that. Nice big fruits hiding out in there that haven't seemed to rot yet. Grafted Zildark Pitanga putting out flowers now. Nice to see some flowers this time of year. Exciting stuff, guys. Got these little grafted Pitanga tubas that I put in the yard that have done very well. And you can see they're holding fruit. And that tree's not really even 2 feet tall. I accidentally cut it with the scythe one day. You can see it's a small tree. I've got several of those and they're holding fruit. New Pitanga variety called Pitanga Nude. I haven't sold a lot of those. I sold one on eBay. Beautiful tree. Makes a yellow fruit. Looks like a Pitanga tuba. I'm interested to try the fruit. I haven't heard much about the flavor of it. And you know, even if you do hear something about the flavor, you can't trust people. You got to taste it for yourself. This is another Pitanga tuba, which is on higher ground, and it doesn't have those little wet spots. Let's taste this one. They all have a little bit different of a flavor. It's a good fruit. There's another one. This one I remember tastes like white grape. That's all I can remember about this tree in particular. It tastes like a white grape. Let's see if that holds true to this day. Fruit looks really good. It doesn't look rotten or anything. There's no like soft spots. But let me see if I get that white grape flavor. Yep. Fruit wasn't quite ready, but I did it. That's that white grape. I see fruit all over these trees, and I may have to hit them with some fertilizer again. And this one's got a lot of fruit, and these fruits are actually good quality considering all the rain we've had. So that may just be to that one tree having that soft spot issue. Let's taste this one. The flavor wasn't all there yet, so all that rainwater makes them taste not as rich in flavor. It's got a lower the bricks, if you will. Total soluble solids. Now this is a lemon drop mangosteen that's been planted under the tree, and I protect it. When we have freezes, I would cover it in years past. Just, you know, throw some frost cloth over it. A lot of fruit coming on it with these little marks on it from maybe bugs, I guess, or something. I'm sure that's not going to affect the eating quality, but it's nice to see this tree fruiting. I'm trying to think about what else to tell you about it. I'm just gonna wait and let these get ripe and see how the squirrels treat me. I may run these for some juice, try to juice them. That'd be fun to do. Nice little jabuticaba over here. Always flowers, but it doesn't ever really set much fruit. Well, the flowers on that one there. It's grafted. You see the graft union down at the bottom. Almost has an elephant's foot, not really. And it's fruited before. Not something I'm really excited to sell a bunch of right now, because if it doesn't set a lot of fruit for me, then I don't, you know. Here's some volunteer Pitanga tubas here. A lot of these fruits all over. This one's actually got a fruit on it. First time it's fruited, I guess. I like this tree. It looks like a Grimmel, but it's not. It's got a longer leaf, you can see now, but superficially it looks like a Grimmel. And that's the Carlos. Just a name I gave it, because the guy that gave it to me, his name was Carlos. That way I could remember it. And I've had that tree for years now. It seems like 7 years at least. So it's a slow growing tree. Slow growing, very slow. There's your Roxapulpas. I got 3 of them right there. Kind of hard to see. There's one there. Nice reddish kind of bark to it. Roxa, ooh, yeah. Some sunburn a little bit, and then these leaf cutter bees. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. This is one called Black Velvet. At least that's how I have it labeled. Grafted little tree. Another one here, I believe. Black Velvet. I think I've only got 2 of these that lived, or that I kept. A couple Black Velvets. This one I believe is called Cascuda. This is a little weak one that somehow stayed alive. A real weak, small little graft. But it's alive. And these are some of the bigger Cascudas. I hadn't taken the best care of them, but they're alive. Rare, real rare. And these are one called Gigantifolia, okay? And these are ones with some nice looking leaves that I pulled aside. I like this ESALQ seedling's got a nice looking leaf. Real bunchy, short. Kept that one, and then this one's got a real small, slender leaf. Both ESALQ seedlings. Look at the variation on that.
Hey Adam, can I bring the gas over to the mower?
Yeah.
In your truck?
Yeah. What, in my truck?
Yeah.
I don't know, because my truck may get stuck out in the water. If you want to take a break, take a break. It's hot, man. It's ridiculous hot out here. He's mowing. I got bit by some ants on my neck, and it's just not feeling so good right now. Oh, this time of year with all the water, the ants like to come up out of the ground and get in the trees. It's bad news. Bad news. Nice pattern on this variegated. I'm real pleased. I thought it would put out a lot more solid green and revert back a lot more, But it's been really manageable. I haven't had to pull so much off, you know, little pieces like that, you know, pull that off. It looks good. Nice tree. I don't think it's gonna flower or fruit anytime soon, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun to see it. Yeah. So, plenty of salticola. I just put it into a 15 gallon from like a 10 gallon. It's got some nice new growth. I've seen it look a lot worse. Very fickle tree. Hard for me to keep happy. But I'd like to taste the fruit on it. The roots are real weak. It's like I need to be giving it something more phosphorus or something. And this is a grafted Plinia clausa that the scale seemed to just want to eat up. It got covered in like a scale insect, which is a shame. It happens to certain Plinias I've noticed, and this may be one of them that the scales like to get all over. So I need to probably put some soapy water on that. And I keep trying to rub it all off here. I believe it's absolutely covered in scale. Or it was. Anyway, it's still alive. Grafted Plinia clausa onto Plinia edulis. Fickle tree. Some possible hybrids here. We just haven't figured out what they are, but I like the leaf a lot. Beautiful leaves. Real soft feeling in the hand. Always on the lookout for any flowers. Nothing there. It's a special little tree here. It looked kind of funky. I pulled it aside. Sorry, my filming is off kilter. Look kind of weepy. I think this is an Otto Anderson seedling, but I just liked the way it looked, you know, the way how it kind of weeped down. Watermelon jabo putting out new growth. I think they're calling it a variety of Plinia ariana, maybe. I forget what they call this. Watermelon though is what I know it as, and it doesn't look like an ariana to me because I never saw an ariana with fuzzy new growth. But these are doing pretty well. They were kind of slow to get growing at first. I've got 3 of them here. We just put them in new pots, and I've tried to graft them and just not had the best luck so far. Probably a timing issue. My smallest tree there, beautiful little green fly. Gotta love their colors. Look at that fuzz. Oh, that's a wasp. That ain't a fly, that's a wasp. Am I tripping? We'll have to come back and look at that in a replay. It looked like a wasp almost. I like to use that for my thumbnail. A lot of these Muntingia calibura, the yellow makes a nice big fruit. Let's pop some pimples here. Dr. Pimple Popper. Ooh, it's a good one. It's got them stringy blackheads you get out. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. I think we covered a lot of the bases, guys. I don't want to draw this one out too long because it'll take too long to upload. I'll try to do more of these little videos so the quality's better. It sucks you can't interact though. I like the interaction. There's your big red sugar apple holding a couple decent sized fruit. I think this tree's getting old now. This is like a 12-year-old tree maybe, and I've always kept it small and let it die back, and it's been a strong, easy tree to grow. It always dies back. Like I said, this thing was just sticks. You can see where it dies back, and then the root looks like that. I think it's grafted on cherimoya, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, look at some of the dieback. Look at the dieback. It is just always dying back. But it keeps coming back. So And then let's take a look at the Canistelle. You got to do that. Fairchild number 2 Canistelle with a ton of flowers on it. Well, not a ton, but the most it's ever had. It'd be nice to get a heavy crop on this. I just put it in a 25 gallon. We're getting a bunch of rain, so who knows? Could be good thing, could be bad thing. I know that they like some dry, some wet. I think the wet would help it. Oop, 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 I'm tripping. Almost tripped on that bucket of water there. So we'll see how these set. I don't see any of them really set so far. Actually, that looks like a fruit set right here. So we'll see. I'd like a nice heavy crop on this. Bilimbi, not a lot of flowers on it right now. It flowered and now it's in like a vegetative mode of growth. It seemed to flower in the winter, spring time. Bilimbi. Kind of hard to grow if you get cold. It just hates it. You see where the flowers were? And no more flowers for now. Maybe I fertilized it too much. Oh, nice. A little sugar apple on my little sugar apple seedling here. I think this is just a red sugar apple seedling. But you can see how small they fruit in that little 3-gallon pot. Maybe I think that's a 3, maybe a 5 actually. And it's got a fruit on it. It's got flowers. That's exciting. Little sugar apples. You gotta love them. And see, this is an Adamoya about the same age, and it doesn't have nothing on it for fruit. And they take longer. I guess it's the Chirimoya blood, but this has got more fuzzy, elongated leaf. I'm gonna grow that seedling out. I don't know what it could be. Maybe a pet pak chong or something. Who knows what it is. Could have gotten hybridized. So we're at about the 7-minute mark. We're gonna trot on back to the house and see if there's anything we could show you. This is kind of where we started. No, that was in a different video. Grafted Spiritos Antensis and then PDM. The PDM got behind from the heat, I guess. But this is one I made in a video, believe it or not. I forget what, the grafting party video, I believe. Yeah, so we'll sell that one day when it gets to be of age. You can see the soursop, fiberless, Whitman. Whitman had a couple flowers. This one's a little ahead of the other. Just kind of open up a little bit. They smell like bleach to me. That one, not so much. There's your blue guaquiea. Looking real nice. Easy to grow. Thought that would be a hard one to grow, but it's quite easy. Look at the trunk on that there. Everybody likes to see the bark. It's in like a 10-gallon, like a squat 10-gallon pot. It just got put in there. Nice to see that tree. Rare. That's your, I always forget this one. I think it's Cuspidata. Myrcieria cuspidata. It's been a real easy to grow tree. Got that little tiny leaf. And then plenty of the Yasuni. Very hard to grow for me. Always looking sad, like fungus. I guess it needs more sunlight than what I give it, maybe. It tries to grow. It's trying to grow right now. I see some new growth coming out. Always looking ragged. I might give it a bigger pot here. I might take it out of that pot and put it in a bigger one. I'm happy it's alive. The really funky looking leaf on the Pitanga The real slender, interesting leaves there. You don't see that too often. That's flowered, but it hasn't held fruit yet. Just kind of love the leaves on it. It'd be nice to see the fruit, but I wouldn't imagine that the fruit's anything special. These are these peppers with the big ass leaf. Someone said the name of it. It's like a sweet pepper from the Caribbean that they use a lot, is what I think it is. But I'm interested to taste them. They don't have a lot of heat, and I like the fact that they don't have a lot of heat. They look like a Scotch bonnet, I guess, or I don't know. It doesn't have any heat. I did taste one early to see if it would burn me. It didn't have any heat. Well, guys, that wraps this one up. Check me on eBay. Auctions end on Sunday nights at about 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Western time Pacific. And then, yeah, the website, flyingfoxfruits.com. We got stuff on there. Check me out. You know what I mean? And then we have auctions ended on Wednesday night as well. at about the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern. And Thursday's the day where we don't have nothing on there, okay? Thanks again for watching. We had a beautiful time. I hope you learned something beautiful, and everything is beautiful.